rock deep within the earth. It is so hot that some rocks slowly melt and become a thick flowing substance called magma.
The heart. We showed that how the heart pumps blood, like here.
This is the deoxygenated blood. And this is the oxygenated blood. This comes from the upper body to the right lung, from the lower body, from left lung to left lung, and to the body. So it goes to the lungs and then it gets oxygenated there. It comes back to the heart and then the heart pumps it out to the body. Thank you. So this is the mouth where you chew the food and it goes down to the esophagus, then to the stomach which breaks it down to the smallest pieces, and then this is the liver, the gallbladder and the pancreas. Then the large intestine absorbs water and then the small intestine absorbs the nutrients.
Reported by Abu Huraira, the Prophet ﷺ said, if a housefly falls in the drink of any one of you, you should dip it in the drink and take it out. For one of its wings has a disease and the other has a cure for this disease. Now I have a model to represent. Now before we dip it, I'll just now I'll say only in modern times was it discovered that the common fly carried parasitic pathogens for many diseases, including malaria, typhoid, fever, cholera, and others in its left wing. It was also discovered that in the right wing of the fly, there was bacteriophagic fungi capable of fighting the germs of all of these diseases in the right wing. So now say I have this fly, and my fly falls into my drink. Now what I should do is not take it out because the water could get contaminated. What I should do is push the fly in completely. And as you can see, the cure and the disease both spread out and neutralize each other.
The red one is the positive and the black one is the negative. So when you connect the positive wire to the copper rod and you connect the negative wire to the zinc rod, and then there's another white wire which you can connect to both the other zinc and copper rods. So it works because the potatoes are the electrolytes and there's salt water and cells inside the potato. So it produces acidity, and when it comes in contact with the rods, it creates electricity while the rods transfer to the wires which go to the clock and it powers the clock.
Mine is a water wheel. So what it does basically, it requires a lot of pressure from water in order for it to generate light for houses. So instead of using electricity, you can use water as a renewable resource.
Solar eclipse is when the moon passes through the sun and earth. For example, as you can see in the tiny model I made, there is a solar eclipse. The moon is putting a shadow on planet Earth.
For exo or endothermic. So as you can see in the panels, we have listed the procedure in the middle. What is elephant toothpaste? What happens in the reaction? Why does it happen? And what can we learn from it? We know elephant toothpaste is a foamy liquid substance caused by the rapid decomposition of using yeast and hydrogen peroxide. So this is our hydrogen peroxide and it's 6%.
Okay, basically we're gonna be using a yeast as our catalyst because it has the enzyme catalyst, which helps break down the hydrogen peroxide. All right. Basically, the catalysts they help living things break down naturally, occurring hydrogen peroxide. And when we're done with the experiment, you'll see that if you touch the bottle, it's gonna feel a bit warm because the chemical reaction is basically an exothermic reaction, and exothermic reaction is when something releases heat, so you can feel like the heat or the energy.
Basically, our materials are goggles, hydrogen peroxide, dish soap, yeast, food coloring, and a water bottle.
And which is more concentrated, so you'd see more of a
Food coloring. So we mix it for 30 seconds.
So Islam has said 1,400 years ago that the two seas, I'm talking about the seas, the Balkan Sea and the North Sea, one salty, one fresh, they both sweet, it's written in the Quran, they both come together, but there's an invisible barrier between them, so they don't flow apart. The reason behind it is water saturation, which is basically this. It occurs when the formation of layers of water.
In scientific terms.
Yeah, in scientific terms, is the formation of layers of water masses with different properties such as salinity, oxidation, density. Density is the thing we focus on.
So in your